Sometimes we simply need to accept the fact that the other person is never going to be on our side. It doesn't truly matter what kind of relationship you have with them, whether the other person is your family member, your mother, father, your sibling, or your long term partner, or even your best friend. But if they have repeatedly shown you and made it evident that they don't have the best interest for you, I'm sorry to say this, but there's no way out that things can work out between you two in a non toxic way. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So, in today's video, I'm gonna talk about how to detach from things and people that have repeatedly shown their back to you. Those people who have repeatedly made it clear that they don't have the best interest for you, despite all the affection, all the care, all the attention that you have given. Sometimes there is no explanation or justification to why certain things happen to us. And this statement implies, mostly to those situations which actually give us the most pain. There is no reason to why your parents themselves won't support you, or there is no reason to why a person chooses to cheat on you despite all the efforts that you have made, despite all the hardships you have gone through for them. There's literally no reason to it. But we as humans, we feel that, we feel there is a need to know the reason in order to move on, in order to get past the traumatic experience that we have went through. But I'm sorry to say that this is the harsh reality of life, that you're never going to get the answers. You're never going to get answers to all the whys that you have in your mind. Okay, so there's this child, there are literally children in this world who are under the age of 10 who have like serious chronic diseases. Some children are born in this world with no eyes, like with no vision, or with ungrown organs or kidney failure. So, is there any justification to why they are going through what they're going through? No, there is not. There's no one to question. There's nothing to justify why the kid is going through so much. But it is what it is. And people who understand this reality of life, that we are never going to get answers to all the whys that we have. And we just have to be strong enough to accept the reality and simply choose to move on. Those are the people who are able to detach themselves from toxic situations, from toxic people, and do well in their life. Whereas on the other hand, there are people who portray as if, they have moved on and they're over that person or they're over that traumatic experience. But from time to time, they question like why they have to go through so much pain, or they consider themselves as a victim for what all they went through. But the reality is that that person is trapping their own selves in their own thoughts. So the other day when my mom was explaining something to me, and she said that, sometimes the spider creates a web, and while creating the web, it entangles himself or herself in the web. And that's how she dies, or that's how that spider dies. How traumatic that is. Similarly, we humans, we create this web of thoughts. Why, what, when, why me, why this, why that? And then we trap ourselves there. And people who, continuously look for answers like why this, why that, why me, they're never able to set themselves free. Whereas on the other side, people who understand this fact of life, that you're never going to get answers, they are able to move ahead. Okay, so one thing about detachment is I've literally seen people sitting and that, what, you have to forgive and then you have to forget. Like, why? My brain is not a machine, it's not a computer that I can delete stuff. No, I cannot forget what I went through. I certainly cannot. And if someone did something so demeaning with me, they disrespected me, they crossed their boundaries, then why should I forgive them? Like, why? So sometimes I think like detachment and forgiving, there's like no relation between them. You don't even have to forget in order to move on in life. You just have to, explain to yourself that, what, there are such ugly things that are happening in this world, and one such thing I have experienced. And this is what the reality is, and I have to accept it because there's no other way out, there's no explanation to this. But deep down, you have to convince yourself that, I'm worthy of better experiences. I'm worthy, of to live in better environments. I'm worthy to be with someone better. And that's how you detach from the previous situation, because you went through stuff. The other person was wrong. But you didn't make that thing the reason that you stopped working on yourself, or that you stopped desiring a better life for yourself. No. Why will you destroy your life because of the experiences you had to go through because of other people? Like, why? And trust me when I say detachment is a rigorous process. Like, seriously, I've seen people stating that, within 1 day, 2 days, or how to detach in 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. Like, there's no time to it. You have to continuously convince yourself that I am worthy of better experiences. I am a person who values herself too much. So, I have this theory that, what, I don't want to make myself go through all those traumatic experiences again and again by thinking of them. I value myself so much that, what, sometimes I just let things be how they are and choose to just overlook the fact that I went through some shitty experiences. But despite this mentality, there are days when I'm not able to control myself. When there are days when I feel that, what, I have gone through such shitty experiences. So I have this victim mentality once in a while. So why is this? It's just that the experiences that we go through, it alters the way how we make decisions. So whenever I am overwhelmed or whenever I am stressed, I get I get those, flashbacks of all those ugly experiences. I start remembering things like how badly I was treated by my loved ones. So what is the way out? The way out is to continuously work on yourself. Like, I know this fact that, what, right now, maybe I'm not able to see the results, but if I am rigorously working on myself, I'm taking care of myself, I'm making myself the priority. Because if you are not working on yourself, if you are not making your own self the priority, it's very tough to detach, because your mind will ask for answers. That's how we are conditioned. It will need justification. And sometimes the only justification to detach from a situation or to get out of a situation is just to remember the fact that, what, I have to, stand up for myself. If those people are showing back to me, I have to just turn around and be my own person, have my own back. Because it doesn't matter if no one loves me or how many people loves me, I have to be on my own side. So, detachment, self love, self care, all are interconnected. Understand the fact that if you will not make your own self the priority, no one will. No one will not even think of you. I have been that people pleaser. I have gone the extra mile, not even mile, miles, in order to please others, in order to make my loved ones happy. But a person who don't want to appreciate my efforts, who don't want to appreciate me, they're never gonna. They're never gonna accept the fact that I am the nice one, I am the genuine one. So sometimes the best option that you have is simply let those experiences, let those people go. I hope you like this video. So for more such videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day, guys.